Why are the female Spartans so thick? This is a question I asked myself many times when playing Reach back in the day. That grunt right there didn't wake up because I stabbed his friend. No, he got up because the clap of my Spartan's ass gave me away. So why are the Spartans so thick? This may surprise you, because it surprised me, but there's actually some Halo lore explaining why the female Spartans are so thick. So now I'm going to get into the backstory of how the Spartans were made. I'm not going to get too deep into it. I'm just going to give you the gist. So for those who don't know, the Spartan program was originally made to fight human rebellions. The goal was to create unstoppable super soldiers that would crush any insurrection with ease. Candidates were stolen as young children and augmented into Spartans. Now, the male Spartans would go on to be highly effective killing machines, as would the female ones, but the female ones would go through a slightly different augmentation process, albeit an extra step. The females were all injected with a top secret Oni chemical. Now, this chemical, they called it THICC. This chemical contained certain female hormones, but basically on steroids. Now, those hormones particularly had to do with body growth. You know, it's not all the female hormones, because if that were the case, that would be fucking horrible. Now, what this basically did was it took any flat butt lesbian and turned her into Kim Kardashian. But what's the point? Why make dummy thick super soldiers? Well, as I was digging through the lore, I did find out about some of the UNSC's battle tactics, and here's one I saw. Now, what they would do when approaching a rebel fire team was that the dummy thick Spartans would go in front and distract the rebels. Now, while the rebels were distracted, the other elements of the unit would move around and flank the rebels, and they would completely surround the rebels. This tactic was really good at capturing as many enemy soldiers as possible for interrogation. And this was going pretty good for a while. That is, until the Covenant came. Now, you may not know this, but the species of the Covenant don't find human women very attractive. As a matter of fact, they find them repulsive. And so dummy thick battle tactics no longer worked. And this is a major reason why a lot of Spartans fell on Reach. Now, the new Spartans in the Spartan 4 program were no longer injected with thick serum. The UNSC kind of got rid of it as a reduction of cost. They didn't feel like it was necessary anymore, and they felt that regular battle tactics worked just fine, and that this dummy thick business was getting a little ridiculous. Well, I hope you guys learned something. I know I did. Like if you enjoyed, and like if your Spartan is dummy thick.